Today I'm reviewing the ULTIMEA Skywave X50 5.1.4 channel wireless surround sound system for TV with Dolby Atmos and a 760W soundbar. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've been living with this setup as you would, watching movies, gaming in atmospheric titles, and streaming shows at regular evening volumes and higher. My impressions come from real use, not just specs. Let's set expectations early. This isn't a high-end separates home theater with dedicated AVR and floor-standing speakers. It's a complete, relatively easy-to-install 5.1.4 system built around a soundbar plus wireless surrounds and sub, intended to bring immersive sound without a lot of wiring or separate components. In daily use, the Dolby Atmos support gives a tangible sense of vertical space with Atmos content. Movies and action scenes with overhead effects feel broader than a simple 3-channel bar. It's not exactly ceiling speakers, but you get perceptible height cues that make the soundstage feel more engaging. Dialogue clarity is generally good. Vocals sit well in the mix without being buried under effects or music. For streaming shows, the balance between dialogue and background sound feels measured, not overprocessed. The 760W claimed power doesn't translate directly to volume you'll never reach, but in practical listening it means the system can fill a medium-sized living room with headroom. Louder scenes don't feel strained, and the wireless surrounds add meaningful ambience without needing long cables. Subwoofer output gives weight below the mid-range. It's not earth-shaking like a dedicated 12 inches floor sub, but it does lift bass presence for explosions and music depth compared with a basic bar. Wireless surrounds are a convenience feature that matters in real setups. I avoided running long speaker cables, and pairing was straightforward. Latency remained locked in. I didn't notice sync issues with the bar during movies or games. Thermals and system noise aren't a concern here because the bar and surround sit comfortably below typical living room acoustic levels. Even at louder volume, the hardware stays cool and quiet, which isn't always true on high-power soundbars. Setup and usability are practical. The remote gives quick access to modes, and switching between TV, streaming stick, or game console was seamless. There's no deep menu labyrinth, which is nice if you just want sound that works without a lot of tuning. Now let's put this in perspective. If you're chasing audiophile-grade performance with pinpoint imaging and reference-level bass, separate speakers with an AV receiver outperform any integrated system? That's simply the nature of separates versus soundbars. Compared to basic 2.1 or 3.1 soundbars, the X50's high channels and wireless surrounds make a noticeable difference in immersion, especially with Dolby Atmos content. This system makes the most sense for buyers who want richer surround and height effects without complex wiring, prefer a turnkey multi-channel system with wireless surrounds, value clear dialogue and measured bass for movies and games, want a unified setup that connects easily to TVs and consoles. Limitations are tied mostly to form factor. It won't match a full separate system with dedicated towers and a large sub for deep bass authority. And if you're sensitive to ultimate refinement or want studio-like neutrality, there are higher-end options that outperform this class. But in everyday use, it feels consistent and engaging, a step beyond basic bars without demanding a rack of components. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.